Hi, I'm Mateo. Do you want to learn about Hidden Heroes? Hidden Heroes from A to Z is a cool book that tells the stories of amazing black heroes you might not know about. You'll meet inventors, you'll meet explorers, and leaders who change the world. It's fun, inspiring, and you can learn so much. Get your copy now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Let's discover our hidden heroes together.
All right, Nigel, you want to try it again?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, that dry Tether Wood is on 10 tonight. Yeah, halal. If your lady stepped out on you with an FBA, brother, it's okay, bro. She was choosing. She's tired
Oh,
of eating. She's tired of eating prehistoric bushmeat, my bro. She's tired of. She wants some Ruth Chris. She wants some turkey leg. Cause she's tired of that spittle spattle red clay. Now, Tariq, I was on IG today, right? And basically Joe Biden is pushing another 2.6 billion to Ukraine. And I made a comment on that post. I said, but we can't get reparations. Bro, when I tell you that the African tethers, the Caribbean tethers, the Asian tethers, and the Latino tethers came out like Avengers assembled to speak on our claim, speak against it. Black FBA, my brothers and sisters, we all we got. We have no allies.
yep.
And that whole Project 2025 nonsense, whatever, man. We survived hundreds of years of slavery, over 100 years of Jim Crow, Tuskegee experiments, and everything else in between. We've been living Project 2025.
Man, that's a bar right there, brother.
Yeah,
That's a bar.
come on. But what do we ain't got nothing to lose. So they get. Remember on that movie Dark Knight when Joker said, "You have nothing to threaten me with." They did everything they could to us, black people. They got nothing to threaten us with.
Exactly.
What are y'all scared of?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, I did a broadcast about that Project 25 boogeyman nonsense. Family, don't let that scare you. Man, we ain't going for no scare tactics. That Project 25, ain't nothing gonna happen that they ain't already doing, family. That's the bottom line. It's 900 pages. Trump, I haven't even seen Trump endorse that. Um, it's a boogeyman tactic from the Democrats. They're so damn desperate right now. And we ain't falling for it. These people have done everything to us. And we've survived it and stood 10 toes down. They don't have no other tricks up their sleeve, family. They don't. So we're not going to be scared into anything. They're going to have to come with something proactive for us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Ralph Bryant in.
What's going on, Tariq? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, Ralph. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm just listening to all this fuckery that's going on with these foreigners, man. They couldn't last in no roast session in Birmingham, Alabama, for real in the
Oh
90s.
hell,
they
oh
would
hell no.
they wouldn't make it. But
Ab-
I just want to say, just to speak, on your platform, is that I studied my granddad. He was in World War II, and he was a staff sergeant. And I was just thinking about, like, him being a staff sergeant in World War II as a black man. I just imagine what he had to go through, and and looking up the status of a staff sergeant and what they had to do. He had to be organized. He had to be a leader. He had to assign orders and stuff like that. So we been here, and it's not just me, it's every black person that's in here. So that's why we able to stand, because we have people that we look at from the past that's in our bloodline that I
yes,
had the opportunity to meet. And my granddad was born in 1917, and I tell you, he ain't the type of man he is. I don't see those type of men today, and I damn sure don't see any of them foreigners.
real
So
talk.
y'all can keep talking, yeah, make your jokes, yeah, it's all good. But yeah, when you come over here and it's time to get busy, go flee back where you came from, because when it's time to stand here, you know what I'm saying, be ready, because we gonna do what we need to do.
Real.
Understand?
Thank you so much, brother. Let's get the sister Black MAGA in the building. Then I'm gonna get Miranda. Black MAGA, what's up, sis?
What's up, brother Tariq? Thank you for bringing me up. I just wanted to say I think it's very sad and tragic that those first couple of tethers that spoke so disparagingly against foundational Black Americans were African Muslims.
Oh yeah,
Because because the fact is that if it wasn't for Elijah Muhammad, who was an FBA from Georgia, if it
yeah.
wasn't for him starting the Nation of Islam, whose members were all FBA, if it wasn't for them NOI brothers who made Islam more palatable and acceptable to white America because of how dignified they were as Black Americans, Muslims would never have been allowed to immigrate to this country in the first
Mm,
place.
mm,
And
facts.
it's only because of Black American Muslims that the United States government started to allow a certain amount of African Muslims and Muslims from other Middle Eastern countries to come over here. And
Yes,
now they have the nerve to bite the hand that feeds them. I just think it's tragic.
yes,
They ought to
ma'am.
be thanking us.
Absolutely. Real talk. Thank you so much, beloved. That's a fact right there. And I've heard some of those other foreign Muslims coming over from North Africa try to talk greasy about the Nation of Islam. I remember being in Miami, and I was with an Uber driver, and he was a Muslim. And I don't know, for some reason, he started. The Nation of Islam came up. He's like, "Oh no, we're not like them. Oh no, 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 no. We don't believe in what they do. What the hell you mean you don't believe in what they do? The Nation of Islam, these guys are more thorough than y'all asses. They stand on Islam more than you. Some of you guys are real janky about what you do and how you practice Islam. You know, so it's some of those guys have a bug in their ass about the Nation of Islam because those are the NOI. Those are some stand up brothers. Their whole reputation is being stand up men about theirs. And they ain't out here beating on women and all of that weirdo stuff that these dudes be doing over there in some of those countries. They ain't known for all that old weirdo ass stuff. You understand? Not to denigrate nobody, but no, some of these dudes in some of the Muslim countries, they be kicking women in the back and doing all types of weird ass stuff. NOIs, they ain't known for none of that. You know? But I digress. All right, let's get we got a lot of people in here. Devin, stop with the hand signals. Go put some shea butter on them ashy knuckles. How your emoji hands ashy. All right, let's get um Jay Israel. Did I have you on earlier? Oh, I could have swore I had you on earlier, Jay Israel. All right, y'all raise your hand if you're ready to get on, because we do have a lot of people in here. We almost got 1,000 people in here in the middle of the night, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're ready to get up, raise your hand up real quick. Let me know if you're ready. Give me a hands up if you're ready to get on. Okay. So this dude, who was this dude from earlier? Yeah, FBA, piece of ish people. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this musty tether, little disrespectful ass. All right. Let me see. Matrix. Let's get Matrix in here. A lot of Canadian cats in here. What's up, Matrix? Matrix.
Yes, Tariq, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Matrix. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind?
Well, just continuing the discussion. Obviously, you had a lot of tethers tonight. I'm a tether myself, but I'm not the trolling type. So I just
Now,
have a.
where you? Now, you're from Canada, but from where originally?
I'm from Djibouti.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How
So
long you been in Canada?
I was born in Canada.
Okay. So, are both your parents from Djibouti?
Yes,
Both of them. How come you don't have an accent?
because I was born in Canada.
Okay, but shit, you would still sound like your parents. You understand?
Anchor babies don't sound like their parents. They
Yes, they
usually
do.
they usually
Yeah.
just sound like the natives, or like you guys.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Have you been to Djibouti?
I have not. No,
Really?
never have been. No.
What's the capital of Djibouti?
It is Djibouti, Djibouti City.
Okay, there you. And you ain't never been back home. I mean, to your parents' home. I mean, y'all don't have a family reunion or nothing. I mean, damn.
No, no. A lot of anchor babies, we usually we stay in the countries that we were born in.
Yeah.
Few of us ever go back.
So up
Uh,
there in Canada, so do you have a French woman? You sound like one of these guys who got them a French woman.
no, no. I don't speak French. I only speak English, so I don't
Yeah, yeah,
really.
no. Do you have a French Canadian woman?
No, I don't have a French Canadian woman.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah,
what's
but
on your mind?
yeah, I had a question. So just with regards to the definition of FBA, could you like can you define that? Because it seems to be like it changes every now and then.
No, it never changes. Where did you get that?
Well, on the official FBA website, that is your website, correct?
Uh-huh.
So on the main page, it says FBAs or Foundational Black Americans are the descendants. If I can remember, it says the descendants of the black people who were enslaved in the Americas or in the United States of America. Correct.
Yes, North America, yes.
So then, why is it that certain folks, like for example, Drake, is not considered FBA, considering he's a descendant of those people?
Because he was born in a foreign land and he's an immigrant. He had to immigrate here.
But the website doesn't define that. It just says descendants. It doesn't say you have to be born in America. As long as you were descendant of black people that were enslaved, therefore you are a foundational Black American.
But that's kind of a given. You have to be born here. You have to be born here. For example, if I do a 23andMe test, it'll say that I got descendants in the area now known as Nigeria. Yeah. I can't go to Nigeria though. I'm not considered Nigerian, right?
Right, but
Same,
I'm just going by the definition of the website. I'm not going by anything else. I'm just going by what you defined in the website. It didn't clarify that you had to be born in America. It just said you had to be a descendant.
right. But that's kind of a given. You understand? You gotta be born on the land. You gotta be born here in
Okay.
order to be a foundational Black American.
So then an expanded question, because we'll end that Drake part. Another individual, what's his name? Is it Tommy Sotomayor?
Yeah.
He on his streams always has a Panamanian flag. If I recall, he's a descendant of Panamanians. But you declared him to be an FBA. Now, why is that?
Because he's not really Panamanian.
So he's just faking that Panamanian ancestry.
Yeah, Tommy just that's kind of a finesse. He's not really Panamanian. I've talked to his family. His family's FBA. His name ain't really Sotomayor. It's just a finesse, and I ain't mean he's creating a caricature in order to get some paper. But yeah, his name is not even Sotomayor. So it's he hustles a lot of the white supremacists, and I ain't mad at him for that.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. So that's all. I we just needed clarification because you know I didn't want next day claiming Ilhan Omar as an FBA.
Hell,
We needed
hell,
clarification because I know she has the black job now, as you have tweeted.
mhm.
But in Minnesota we call that the Somali job. So um,
Because even from what I understand, in some of those African nations, when the anchor babies try to go back there, they kind of look at them funny style. They kind of don't look at them as being part of the group anymore. I've seen that to a certain degree. So yeah, I've had Nigerians say or call some anchor babies who were born here who happen to be Nigerian. They're like, "Hey, you're like an Akata now." You understand? I've heard them say that. So people are real funny style towards folks who are not born in the land.
that is very true, and that's a kind of a pickle we anchor babies have to deal with because
Right.
we're neither accepted here amongst UFBAs, but we're not accepted back home either. So
Right.
we're kind of in the middle. It's like we're in a funny spot. We're trying to be a Nipsey Hustle, but you're putting us in that Drake spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Nipsey's mama, FBA, and Nipsey was born on the land. So Nipsey, that was our brother. That was our brother, and he was down for the community. So that brother had the FBA spirit all day.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
But
Right.
we
Drake, and I like Drake. I like Drake, but Drake is a foreigner. Drake is not FBA, even though he has FBA lineage. He's not a foundational Black American. He had to immigrate here. Yeah.
see. I only feel like you're saying that because of the recent, drama
No, no,
revolving him and Kendrick Lamar. I
no,
don't think you're saying that
no.
because from a lineage perspective, he is FBA.
His dad is FBA and he has FBA lineage. From a lineage perspective, people can say I'm Nigerian, but I ain't no damn Nigerian. I'm not accepted in Nigeria.
Well, you
No,
you
I
you
ain't.
you said it yourself. You are descendants of the Native Americans. So, by all intents and purposes, because if I check my DNA, I probably have Nigerian in me too. But I've never been to
Right, right,
Nigeria. I don't have any
right.
Nigerian
That's what
ancestry.
I'm saying. So yeah, just because people got lineages where their bloodline can go to different places, but where you're born and where your bloodline goes, that's very significant.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's from Africa, as you have mentioned in the past. That's
Right,
what I'm saying. You bringing up
right.
that point is kind of irrelevant because Drake actually has paperwork saying that he is FBA, right? Based off of
No,
your
he's not.
website
Not
definition.
no, 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 no. He's not FBA because he wasn't born here. FBA's you're not an immigrant.
But again, that's not what your website says. So maybe you need to update your website. Your website just says you have to be a descendant. It doesn't say nothing about being born somewhere.
Well, that's kind of a given. I mean, we don't want to have to talk to people like they're children. It's kind of a given, and we've talked about several times that we're the only non-immigrant groups. We're not immigrants, and I've said in several interviews that foundational Black Americans, we are non-immigrants. You can't be an immigrant and be a foundational Black American. If you had to immigrate here, you're not a foundational Black American.
But let's say an FBA couple had a kid in, let's say, one of the U.S. military bases. Would that kid be
Right.
a FBA?
No, and see, that's the thing. A military base is basically a satellite of the United States. That's still,
But he
that's
still
still
he didn't was he
no,
wasn't born in the United States. He wasn't
no,
born in
no,
the
but
soil. You know
but
what I mean?
no, but that's still a part of the U.S. territory. See, people try to use the military thing. If you like, for example, if you're born over in Germany on a U.S. military base, that's still a satellite of the United States. You're
So
not you're not culturally German. Niggas ain't running around here with a German accent. Drake has a Canadian accent. All right. He says the N word with the hard ER. All right. He's culturally Canadian. So that's a real big difference. Somebody born on a military base, they're still culturally American. Yeah.
okay, so the U.S. military base, they have a base in Djibouti, right? If
Hmm.
I were born in that military base, would that make me an FBA now?
You're not you wouldn't be in the US military though. If you wouldn't be born on a US base as a Djibouti citizen. You understand?
Right, right. But you just
Just
said
with
that's part of the territory of the United States.
right. A US military base is part of the United States.
So if let's say America, let's say conquers Somalia, for example, does that make Somalia an extension of the United States?
What? It's the whataboutisms and the reaches. It's now it's getting into almost science fiction.
No,
I mean,
no. But I
you can
feel like
make
you need to
you
clarify. You need to.
not really because if you have to do those kind of reaches in order to try to latch on to FBA. Now it's like, well, if you go to the moon and then you get kidnapped by some aliens and then you're born on Mars, if you come back, will you be FBA? I mean, the whataboutisms is very. It's when you got to get that ridiculous with the whataboutism. And now it's
But
getting a little.
but that's the thing. You're the one that complicated it. I'm making it simple.
I
I'm
mean,
saying
no,
if
no,
you are a
no, no.
descendant
You're
of a black American, you are a
You're no, no,
FBA.
no, no, no. You're making it. I've made it very simple. You're doing all of these weird whataboutisms based on your fleeing disposition. If I flee here, what if I flee there? If I flee overseas, all of that fleeing right there, that's again, that ain't got nothing to do with FBA culture. Just the fact that you have to come up with these fleeing scenarios shows that's not FBA culture. Being on a military base, that's not fleeing. That's different. You're still a part of the US. You're serving the United States. You're serving the interests of the US. So being on a military base, you're still a part of the United States culture. So
Even
that's
though
not.
he's not even good. Okay, so this is the one point that I. So if a person was born in the United States, but let's say they were not born in traditional FBA areas, let's say a Jesse Lee Peterson, for example, is he considered an FBA?
Yes, he's from the South. He was born on a plantation. So yeah, he's a foundational Black American.
Okay, so even though he's the biggest of all time, he's still an
Right.
FBA.
He's still foundational Black American. We got Sambos in our lineage now. We got Larry Elder. We got Sambos now. We got Diamond and Silk. We got Sambos. So that's part of the culture.
Got you. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure. I guess that's based off of lineage. It's not like a card that you have to an ID. Hey, I'm FBA.
Brother, listen to me. Lineage is lineage, man. You don't get to pick and choose the lineage. That's the thing. It's a birthright. Just because you act a certain way, that doesn't make you any less of a foundational Black American. Your lineage is your lineage.
But what does lineage have to do with birthplace? See, you can have a lineage and a birthplace. It can't. They're both exclusive things. You know what I mean?
If you were born in the place that your lineage goes back to, that makes you a foundational Black American.
So, okay. So, but if you have the lineage anyways, so this is the thing you were talking about earlier, saying Marcus Garvey, Jamaicans like to claim him a lot. Why is that? Because has Jamaican lineage. So even though
Right.
he
The
grew up in
Jamaican.
America.
No, he didn't. No, Marcus Garvey did not grow up in America. Marcus Garvey was 100% Jamaican. He immigrated here 1915, 1916, one of those days, one of those years. But yeah, he didn't grow up here. Marcus Garvey, 100% Jamaican. You
FBA.
didn't you didn't know that?
No, I thought you claimed him as FBA. I thought that was your argument with Jamaicans.
When the hell did I ever claim Marcus Garvey as FBA? We
I don't know.
we've
You were getting into arguments a lot with Jamaicans about Marcus Garvey. I was trying to clarify
No,
this.
we've never claimed him as a foundational Black American. So this is why these whataboutisms, you're confusing yourself with all of these whataboutisms. When you have to come up with all of these convoluted whataboutisms, you start confusing yourself. We've never claimed Marcus Garvey as an FBA because he's not. What we did say is that he rose to prominence because of foundational Black Americans, but he's not us. But he did rise to prominence because of us. He didn't get his prominence in Jamaica. In fact, his Pan African movement failed in Jamaica many times. He only got that popping when he came here. We elevated Marcus Garvey. You understand?
I see. I see. Okay, no, I'm just trying to clarify
Right.
because you talk about $5 FBAs. I don't know if you can be a quarter FBA and is when it comes down to getting the checks cut.
Yeah, because
We need we need information on who's FBA and who's not. Like there has to be a consensus on that
there is.
subject.
You're the one. You sound like you're trying to weasel your way into it because when them checks come, you trying to sound like you're trying to find you a little angle to pop on through and be the $5 FBA. Sounds like you're trying because a lot of tethers they've been trying to angle themselves into our damn lineage. Well, my cousin and his nephew is FBA, and he came to visit me in Somalia. No, so no. Well, no, I got a hairline transplant. Am I FBA too, nigga? No, no. So we got a lot of y'all trying to kind of weasel your way into the lineage and
Look,
y'all trying to make it way more complicated than what it is, and it ain't. Y'all trying. Yeah, I've heard a couple of people try to use Drake. Y'all trying to get an underground tether railroad to our lineage, and it ain't gonna work. You can't come from an immigrant. You can't be an immigrant. We're not immigrants. All right.
I understand you. That's what I'm trying to I'm trying to see if I can get that
I
check
know,
if because it seems like the definition is changing every week to the point
dude.
where I think
The
I can get the
definition
checks. You
has
know what I
not
mean?
changed one iota. Not one iota. That's why you trying to weasel your way into a damn check. It ain't gonna work. We're checking bloodlines. We're checking hairlines. We're checking everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You better update that
The
website because
website is
it's not just descendants
all
now.
right. The website is fine. You keep saying that the website needs to be updated. No, you keep lying, and I have to let him go. Now he's tether babbling. He's up here talking about the definition is changing. The definition has never changed. We've stood on FBA business. FBA is a lineage. If you're born here and it traces back to the founding of this country, you are foundational Black American. That has never, ever changed. We are non immigrants. You understand? If you had to immigrate here, then you're not a foundational Black American because we're not immigrants. If you have to go through immigration to get here, you're not a foundational Black American. All right? Even if you got some of the lineage. You understand? Because, see, again, these people are trying to find little loopholes to kind of weasel their way into our lineage family. Okay? And that ain't going to happen. We ain't letting that happen. All right, let's get some more people in here. Let's get Erica in the building. Let's get some of the sisters in here. Let me talk to some of these women's. Let's talk to some women's in here tonight. Let's get Erica, then we're going to get S. Davis. Erica?
Hi, Tariq. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good, beloved. How are you, dear?
Wonderful. It must be Tether Palooza tonight because
Yes, it is.
they are tripping.
Man,
Um, yeah. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So, as an FBA woman, how do I deal with a Tether woman in the workplace?
oh God, they're the worst. They're the, oh yeah. One thing you do, don't tell her none of your personal business because that tether woman is going to tell everything to the boss. Those tether women will try to sister girl you. They'll try to play the Kamala Harris thing to try to get information. I'm telling you that that tether woman at the job, they're going to be telling everything about what you do to the boss. That's going to be the buffer. Is that what position does the tether woman work in? Is she a supervisor? Is she on the same position you're on? What does she do there?
So I'm an auditor and she's a lead auditor, but she's not my supervisor.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. So again, she's going to be giving intel to those white bosses about stuff y'all talk about, stuff you do. So just don't tell too much of your information and try not to correspond too much at the workplace. Just kind of go in there and do what you do, and do your assignments, and don't let them get into no sister girl talk. They'll try to sister girl you so they can girl. No, don't let them fool you with that. That's that Kamala Harris thing, and they go tell everything you told her back to White Daddy. So be very careful with that. Let's get S. Davis.
Hey Tariq, how are you doing today?
What's going on, Miss S. Davis?
You used to follow me back when I was on Instagram on my Brick of Caramel page.
You know what? I don't follow you no more.
No, because I'm not really on. It's a new Instagram page. I kind of had like a common moment and kind of deleted my Instagram and all that good stuff. But I have a
Oh,
bone to pick with you because you said that you came to Cincinnati and it was completely horrible. So who had you in the trenches of downtown? Who took you down there? That's what I want to know.
now the thing is, Cincinnati was not horrible. The people were actually very, very lovely people. It was just some strange looking women downtown.
Because you were downtown, sir. I am I'm like, why would they take him downtown? It's kind of dangerous. I don't know
Yeah.
down there.
Okay. So okay, it was a downtown thing. Okay. Yeah. You know, downtown. It looked like a scene from the movie Men in Black.
Yeah,
Those were some crazy looking ass women down in Cincinnati.
it's a lot of cracked out. It's a lot of people down there. Lord help them. So they took you to the crazy side. You got to come to like Kenwood,
Okay.
Oakley, Westchester. You know,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that.
Because there was some cool people who came to the lecture. I did a lecture out there, and the people were very normal at the lecture, but just downtown, I'm like, these are some strange looking ass people.
Yeah, they had you down the way. I said, "Oh Lord, who took him down the way?"
Yeah. Now, what you do out there in Cincinnati, dear?
So I do a lot, Tariq. So I'm a licensed insurance agent. I'm licensed in Ohio and Kentucky. I'm
Okay.
licensed in life, accident, health, property, and casualty. And I'm also a DevOps engineer.
Oh wow. Now, how old are you now?
I'm 32.
Mhm. Where's your dude?
So I am like in my selfish air because I'm always busy, but I am like a dater. I do like to go out for a good lemon drop. I do like that, but I'm not really taking anyone serious right now. I'm kind of
How,
laser
how many
focused.
kids, how many kids you got?
So I have a daughter. She's 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm one
Where's
and
the,
done.
where's the baby dad?
So he's at home. I have a good child's father. We just
Oh,
don't get along because he can't let the relationship go and just focus on the my daughter. But he's a good dad. I can't take nothing away from him.
there it is. There it is. All right, sister.
I
But
just
thank
wanted to ask you a question. What kind
go.
of cologne do you wear?
Curve. That's my go-to. Curve cologne. Curve for men.
And I also wanted to say you are right when it comes to Africans because with me, I've kind of always been the only Black girl working in corporate America, and I've worked around African men, and I can say that you are right because I've heard the conversations with them saying like, why can't they be more like you, Shirley, and why do they act like this? And I have heard them say, West African men call Black men a so it
Oh
is
yeah.
a lot of a jealousy when it comes to that, and I can confirm that you are right. I listen to you every day. You are the reason why I know anything about Black history. I be cracking up listening to you, like
Yeah.
hooked up to my car, and I just love everything you do. I wish you had a brother. No
Yes.
opinion, but I think you look good in your suit. I wanted to tell you that you did look really good in that suit, and
Thank
just shout
you.
out to you and shout out to
Thank
your beautiful family.
Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. See, this one trying to get me in some good trouble. Yeah, she's trying to get me in good trouble. Shout out to that sister. Let's see. D Beat. What's up? D Beatnik.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. D Beatnik. How are you, sir?
I appreciate you. Oh man, I got a frog in my throat. Thank you for giving me the mic. I
Oh
want
no,
to say thank
do
you
you
a
need
couple
some
of fronts.
Robitussin? Okay, you need some Robitussin right
I
now,
need,
bro?
I got a drink. I need to take a sip of this drink I got right here. I got it. My voice is very froggy right now. But number one, I want to say thank you. When you had the space about the issue going on in Oklahoma with the people from the survivors of Black Wall Street, Greenwood,
Yeah,
not getting their just due. You
yeah,
tried to give me the mic, but the area that I was driving in, I couldn't get the mic, so it was cutting out. So thank you for that. Then thank you again because I'm from Oklahoma, our local news. You told me about it. I didn't see it on the news until the day after the space that you held. And just a quick tip on that, I just wanted to say that for anybody that was surprised by that, don't be, because our politicians here, they pick ride Trump like to no end. It's really pathetic and sad. Like our governor, he does not respect Native Americans. He does everything he can to undermine their sovereignty. So like
yeah.
that Black Wall Street thing, don't expect no justice on that no time soon. Now
Right.
I'm coming in late. I didn't know what. I'm not sure what the topic is because I want.
Yeah, we're just talking about different stuff, brother. And your phone is killing me right now. So we got to wait for your phone to get back right. Yeah, that phone is kicking my ass right now, bro. But shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Let's get Grace Jones box cut. Grace Jones box cut. Can you hop on in here? Hey, how are you?
Just for context, I'm FBA on both sides. My mom is from Georgia and my dad is from Arkansas.
Cool.
Um, my question to you is, do you think it makes better sense or will it make better sense for the Democrats to figure out how to strategize what a loss is going to look like? Because I can't see a win for them. They haven't groomed any candidates. So it just makes sense for them to, maybe lose on their terms.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Very good. So listen, you make up a good point. What if they just crash out and because they already know they're going to lose, and they crash on out, and because it would be hard for them to admit that they lost because foundational Black Americans, we all got on code against their asses. You understand? Because that's the reality. Biden ain't really got no support. We're not supporting Biden like that. And he's losing because of us. And also, he's on stage all senile, so that's even worse. So he's going to crash and burn. So it's very interesting to see how this thing is going to play out in response to him possibly the Democrats losing in November. Now, again, I think, there's a possibility that they're going to start attacking us, Black folks, if they lose again. They're going to start, those black and old black men, and those black men want to be like white men, They'll start that talking point again. But it's going to be very interesting to see. Let's get Brother Munko. Brother Muko. You got a very interesting profile picture. Brother Muko, hop on, man. Unmute your microphone. Brother Muko. And let me get some more of these sisters in here. The sisters get right. Muko, what's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man? I want to give a shout out to you for that tremendous rally. I was at the first one, the second one, man, it was just tremendous. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane.
Yes.
I just wanted to point out that it's real funny that the white supremacists try to confuse the victims of racism, white supremacy, by trying to place lineage as a race classification, knowing that race classification is the goddamn crime. I just find that real funny, but I'm glad that you always check it. But I'm starting to see a lot of that,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just wanted to know, like, for the family's sake, can you expand on the collaborators and the white supremacists being as one, especially when they play that thing of playing both sides of every argument?
Yes, indeed. You brought up a very good point, brother. And by the way, the Rally for Reparations 2024, that's on FBA Stream right now. So if you are a member of the FBA Stream website, you can watch the full, it's a 3-hour documentary about the Rally for Reparations 2024. You can watch it right now on FBAstream.com. It's long, 3 hours, and it's hot. It is hot. But my guy Muko brought up a good point. You have these collaborators who come among us acting like they're grassroots, and a lot of them are brought down by the Democrats and other powers that be. And they'll get around us trying to remix the language, knowing that on the back end it's going to fail. Just like when you see people like the N Cobras and Narc and all of these people, these are folks that are sent, they're clicked in with the Democrats. And when we talk about lineage-based reparations, the N Cobras and all of these people and other ops will come around us. No, it shouldn't be about lineage. All black people was harmed by racism, so reparations should be for all black people. Y'all better be clear. Those people are sent in by the Democrats. There's a reason. When y'all hear that all black people were harmed by racism, you better understand these are people who are Democratic shills for the most part. Because they know once we start talking about all black people need to get some reparations, that's going to get struck down immediately. And they know that. They're just hoping that we're dumb enough to go along with it. They know that's going to get struck down. That's why they're doing it. So when it gets struck down, they can be like, man, oh, damn. See, it's the Republicans who did. See how racist the Republicans are, man? See how they don't like nothing about black people. See, we supported it. Biden them supported it. Because we work with Biden, and the Democrats, they wanted us black folks to get something. But you see, they struck it down. You know they're going to strike it down if you're going to make it race based. You know that. See that they play both sides of the game, man. That's them trying to play both sides and then acting shocked when everything gets struck down. That's why they're having hissy fits that we're sticking on lineage based tangibles. That's why the Democrats are sending these tethers at these think tanks to try to denigrate us. Y'all saw that NBC article that just came out where they were naming everybody, dumping on 19 Keys, dumping on Reza, talking about foundational Black Americans are Black extremists, nativist, and separatist. You dig? Using all of this weird accusatory language because we're talking about our lineage. There's nothing wrong with us acknowledging our unique lineage. And we're not a group, we're not an organization, none of that stuff. And that's that, and that's the curse of ADOS. Strappy and those guys did the dumbest thing ever. And again, I won't even say it's dumb because they were on some oppie ass shit anyway. With that vote down Democrat, they turned out to be some damn Democratic shills too. But sitting up here talking about they're the leader of the damn lineage and us, they caused a lot of damn confusion. And we're getting a lot of residual garbage from the confusion that they caused. Yeah. But when we talk about foundational Black Americans, we ain't talking about no group, no organization. There's no leaders. There's no chapters. It's lineage. We're talking about 43 million people. All right. Whenever we mention foundational Black Americans, we're talking about 43 million Black people who come from non-immigrant backgrounds. You're not an immigrant. You come from the lineage of people who built this country. That's what we're talking about. Let me get one more call in here because I've been on for almost 2 hours. All right, one more call, right? Raise your hand. Let's make it a good call. One more call. Let's raise those hands. Let's get Ezra. Let's get Ezra in the building. All right. Ezra, go ahead. You got your hand up? Go ahead and speak, Ezra. Turn your microphone on, Ezra. Yes.
Hello?
Brother, we can hear you. Ezra, we can hear you.
Big ups to the rally for reparations.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead, brother.
Okay, anyways, I went to the first rally for reparations and I went to the second one. It was the best time of my life. I was the brother in minute 32 in the official rally for reparations in the very first one. I got pictures with you and all the other guys. But what I wanted to say is I'm down here in Atlanta, and it's true, Atlanta has become a tether fest. They even got the Martin Luther King Center tethered out. You know, I went to the Martin Luther King Center and they got Martin Luther King around some like pride colors. They pretty much what you call all life matter, the Martin Luther King Center, you know. And so they got a white woman in the center of the mural and Black people in her peripheral. So I just thought it was real funny how the government bought the Martin Luther King Center from the family, and since then they sort of like all life mattered our heritage and commercialized our heritage. But also I wanted to say that Atlanta is deep though, you know. We FBA, I sometimes think we more than 43 million, because if you go to certain places in Atlanta in the deep South, there's like Blacks on top of Blacks. We're really deep in the South, and I've got relatives who've never even seen an immigrant. The thing about the Tethers is they live in Pacific cities, you know, like you got the Ethiopian Tethers live in Minnesota or, you know, California or Washington, Seattle, and, you know, Indians live blah, blah, blah. But Black American FBA, we live in every state, every city, every nook and cranny of the United States. We're deep. And if I don't know why these tethers are doing the same thing that got them kicked out of their native country and coming to our country, and now they're riving us up, you know. And getting the intellectual and the intellectual class of the Black Americans pissed off, because the only thing that we got to do is we just got to educate each other, and then once all the FBA get on board, then we're going to be a power that can't be stopped. And like Professor Black Truth said, that everybody's putting their eggs in one basket, that we won't do anything. And I'm not saying we will, but I'm just saying we have the capability, because we are the biggest tribe. By the way, Tariq, I lived in Africa for 7 years straight. I lived in Ethiopia for 7 years straight, between 2015, 2022. I learned about you when I was little. I'm a post Pan-Africanist. I used to be a Pan-Africanist until I found out about you, sir.
Now, what were you doing out there?
I was a school teacher. I was teaching at a private school.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I was there for 7 years. Let me tell you, sir, the stuff about what Tether say about how violent we are, that's a damn lie. And the Tethers know deep down in their heart that their country is more violent than ours, because that's the reason why they left. And they know deep down in their heart that it's wars over there, and they're killing each other on an industrial scale, and over here in America, all you got to do is stay away from the gas stations at 1 o'clock at night, or you just know the streets to go down, and you'll be safe. And, Black Americans, we're the safest, most peaceful people to live amongst. But over there, you can't really get away from it, because you'll have a whole village of people chasing your ass with a stick and a stone, And, and the only thing you can do is climb up a roof, because you can't go nowhere, because they everywhere, and they catch your ass, they're going to beat you to you're senseless. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I left the country, because a war broke out in that country in 2020, right?
Yeah.
And man, I'm telling you, I've seen the craziest shit. They rioted the city. I had to get my family escorted out of that country by the U.S. Marines. I came back to the United States, and I contacted my family. And that's another thing. We FBA, we have powerful family members. Like my aunties and my mom, we got involved. They contacted the Senator Hank Johnson of the 4th District. I flew back to Ethiopia on Friday. A 3-year process that was supposed to be taken from my wife ended up happening by Monday. She had her full residency, and we was getting escorted on the plane by Marines. And so I just wanted to say that we FBA, we created this path for ourselves. And so we need to continuously make an effort to progress for our children. And another thing is, like, we need to pick up the mantle where Martin Luther King left off at about reparations, because that's the reason why I sometimes think they took him out. And if you ever come to Atlanta, sir, please let me give you a tour of Atlanta, because I would like to take you to the Martin Luther King Center, and we can have a discussion about how they, commercialized it. But they also have the interesting things, like the bullet hole that killed Martin Luther King mom is still in the pew of the Ebenezer Church. And it's actually, I used to go to that church, but now it's a museum now. But yeah, the bullet hole is still there. So Martin Luther King not only died, but his mom died and his brother died, A.D. King. They killed him too, because he was going to take Martin Luther King's place. He had the megaphone and everything. And I think the government killed him right after they killed Martin Luther King. So imagine being King Senior and seeing your wife die, your firstborn son die, and then your second son die, all in like the time span of 5 years. So the FBA culture is marred in violence, and is marred in also glory and redemption. That's all I got to say.
Thank you so much, brother. But I'm gonna actually be in Atlanta in a couple of weeks. I got to do a TV show down there. I got to do a TV show for the re-release of Microphone Check. So I will actually be in Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta and some other cities. I'm starting next week, I'm going to be doing a lot of press for the re-release of Microphone Check, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to be back on the road. And but yeah, shout out to everybody who came to the rally for reparations. Man, everybody really enjoyed it. We had a great time. I took a lot of wonderful pictures with the family, man. There's so many beautiful pictures out there. So many phenomenal pictures. There was one picture I used on my birthday on Monday. My birthday was Monday. And shout out to everybody with the birthday wishes. And I wanted to use a recent picture of myself. And I said, okay, let me get, a bunch of people took pictures of me at the rally. So let me use one of them pictures. and I wanted to use one of those pictures as a birthday picture. And if you look at my birthday post a few days ago, you'll see the picture. It's a close up of me in a suit, and the picture is cropped. There's somebody standing next to me, but I just put myself in the picture because I wanted, I thought I looked nice in the picture, and it was my birthday. Y'all know the dude? I guess the dude who was in the picture with me. This nigga tweeted talking about, "Hey man, why you crop me out?" Like, nigga, really? You think I'm gonna have a picture of me and another nigga on my birthday as my birthday picture? Did you want to be in a birthday picture with me, my dude? What's going on? This dude really asked me why I crop him out. Nigga, who we supposed to be? Nigga, Ashford and Simpson? I ain't about to put a birthday picture up with me and another nigga. The hell you talking about, dude? Fuck, we supposed to be Peaches and Herb? Yeah, I crop you out, bro. I'm not gonna post happy birthday. Shout out to me and me. I'm standing there with a nigga. Who I'm supposed to be? Charles and Miss Netta? Fuck out of here. Yeah, I crop you out, brother. What the hell you want to be in the picture for? Nigga. There's some strange people out here, man. Shout out to everybody. I enjoyed everybody, but I thought that was pretty damn strange. Yeah. I thought that was very weird. This nigga was offended that he didn't get to be in the birthday picture with me. Shit, man. What you trying to do, brother? Whatever you trying to do, I'm not doing it. But I digress. But anyway, man, let me get out of here. Again, go to FBAstream.com if you want to see the full 3-hour documentary movie about the rally for reparations. Very good, man. Everybody was phenomenal. And boy, this footage looks great. It looks great, sounds great. We had a great time. The crowd was phenomenal. That's FBAstream.com. And also get your Rootwork deodorant, rootworkstyle.com. Rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. And go to microphonecheck.com. And I'm up out of here, man. Pup your kute lulavuve to the family. Peace.